Hi you guys, my name is Sharita and welcome to my channel. Okay, so it is officially Black History Month. I got this sweatshirt at Target. This was designed by a student from an HBCU. This is from the Black History Month line at Target. So you're probably gonna see a lot of this and a lot of, well, that doesn't matter. But anyway, Target. So in honor of Black History Month, I am doing 2 readathons. And one of them is BLACKATHON, which is here on YouTube, and the other one is For the Culture, and I found that one on Twitter. So those are the 2 that I will be doing. In January, I read 17 books. 17 books. And I will be uploading a January wrap-up or whatever. But for this month, I am going to attempt to read 16 books because there are 16 books in the For the Culture readathon. So along with those, I'm actually going to use the 4 books for BLACKATHon in the For the Culture readathon. So yes, 16 books total. That is my goal, and I'm going to be sharing that with you. I will start with the BLACKATHon. I assume you know what BLACKATHon is because I have like 5 subscribers. And anyway, so Jesse from Bow Ties and Books, I'm pretty sure that's the name of their channel. They host this every couple of years. I probably tried to do it. No, I'm not, maybe. I probably tried to do it a couple years ago, but failed at that. But anywho, I am going to be doing that this year. There are 4 different genres that you can participate in, and I'm going to be doing the thriller prompt because I'm a thriller kind of gal. So I'm going to show you the 4 books that I will be reading or telling you, whatever. And also last month, I read a lot, or I listened to a lot of audiobooks, and I'm going to try to read more of my physical books because I have a lot. So the first prompt for the BLACKATHon is read a book that explores the duality of vengeance and justice. And I'm going to be reading Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. This is a book about 2 parents. Their sons were either married or in a relationship and they were unalived. And so this is a story of the dads seeking justice for their children. The next prompt is read a book with mental health, physical health, neurodivergent representation. And for this, I'm going to be reading The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. Pretty sure that's who the author is. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if there's any of this representation in this book because I haven't read it and the prompt or the synopsis doesn't really say anything about it. But I was on Storygraph and somebody put this as the prompt in Storygraph. So yeah, I just assumed that somebody has read the book and they put the prompt there. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that prompt. And I will be listening to this on audio. I already checked it out from Libby. The next prompt is read a book with an adjective in the title. And for that, I'm going to be reading Dead Dead Girls by Nikisa Afia. I don't know where the emphasis goes, and I'm probably pronouncing their name all types of wrong. But this is a Harlem Renaissance mystery. It's a historical mystery. And this is about young Black women who are showing up unalived. And the main character is figuring out, it's a mystery. So who done it? And I got this book it's called Underground Books. It is a Black owned bookstore where I live. That's where I got this book. I'm really excited to read this one. The last prompt is to read the group book, which is The Perfect Ruin by Shanora Williams. And that one is an ebook. I'm gonna be reading that on my Kindle. Again, I already checked it out from Libby. And that, what is that story even about? Shows how much I pay attention. I don't remember. Lots of books. So for BLACKATHON, those are the books that I will be reading. Yes. And so I am team thriller. Let's go team thriller. So yeah. And now that that is over with, I'm going to be talking about the For the Culture Readathon. And I found this on Twitter, and I will make sure I link it below, all that other good stuff. And For the Culture is, their theme is sitcoms, not sitcoms, but Black TV shows. Like, what? I am here for it. All right, so the first prompt is Insecure, and that is Black Joy. And for that, I'm going to be reading All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is a memoir. Be bold and brave and queer. And I know this is a memoir, so it does talk about their struggles, but I know, like, in the little flappy thing, best booktuber ever. It says, as a rising star in cultural criticism, Johnson turns his passion for exploring intersectional identities to his own life by weaving questions of gender, masculinity, brotherhood, family, and Black joy throughout his stories. So there is Black joy in here, despite the bullying that he made, well, not even made, but that he goes through being Black and queer. So All Boys Aren't Blue. And then P Valley is LGBTQIA+, and for that, I'm going to be reading Razorblade Tears. Like I mentioned earlier, this is also what I will be reading for BLACKATHON, and because it deals with two men who are in a relationship, I kind of feel like it touches that, you know? So, Razorblade Tears. Living Single, multiple Black people on the cover. For this one, I'm going to be reading In Every Mirror She's Black, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the author's name because I have not heard it pronounced. Therefore, I do not want to try because I will butcher it. But if somebody can tell me the pronunciation, then I will give it a shot. So, yes, lots of Black people on the cover. And this book is, it highlights the struggles of three women fighting to assimilate into a society that ignores their worth. And I'm hoping that it ends rather nicely because we know how a lot of Black stories are traumatic. But that's okay. We're going to give this one a try. Number 4 is That's So Raven, which is a 5-star prediction. And for that, I'm going to be reading No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. This just sounds like something right up my alley. It's a psychological thriller. And, and I also think it touches on gentrification. And it's giving me, I feel like everybody's saying this nowadays, but I feel like it's giving me Get Out type vibes. But we'll see. And I read a lot of psychological thrillers, but the ones that I read are like, I can't even think of nobody's name right now. Like Sherry LaPena or Karen M. McManus or Ruth Ware, you know, the non-melanated authors. And they write good books, but I would like to read psychological thrillers written by Black authors. There's been conflicting reviews on this book. It's one of those, either you love it or you hate it, but I have high hopes. Ooh, I hope I'm Raven. So number 5 is Lovecraft Country. And for this, I'm gonna be doubling up and reading The Taking of Jake Livingston. This is a young adult horror thriller type book. I like thrillers more than horrors, but this book, you know, like on Storygraph, they do have it labeled as a horror. So yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. Number 6 is Martin, which is Black Love. And for that, I will be reading 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I am not a romance reader. However, this has a lot of good reviews and I'm excited to read it because I love Black love. Once you get to know me, you'll know that is probably like the most hypocritical thing I will say, but I love Black love, like truly and honestly. whatever, it's fine. So I'm really excited about this. Hopefully this book is full of joy and no trauma and just Black love. Like, we deserve our happy endings. So number 7 is In Living Color, one of my all-time favorite shows. And the prompt is a short story collection. Oh my gosh. And for that, I'm going to be reading Sometimes I Trip on How Happy We Could Be by Nicole Perkins. And these are essays, so they're not really short stories. I mean, they are, but it's not labeled as short stories. It's not like an anthology. These essays. So I'm really excited about that because this deals with just racism, you know, as a Black person in America. So... and I got this at Goodwill for $1.99. And it seems to be in fairly good condition. Number 8 is Girlfriends, which is Black friendship. And for that, I will be reading Wahala by Nikki Ways. Right. And that will be an ebook. Already downloaded it on Libby. So this is about 3 Nigerian best friends, I want to say. And that's about all I know. That's about all I know. And I like going into books like that. I like going into books blind so I can be, you know, pleasantly surprised. So I'm really excited about that one. I feel like this one just came out too. Y'all, I howled when I saw this prompt. Everybody Hates Chris, a book you acquired cheaply because Julius, oh my gosh. I feel like that is such an underrated show, but that's neither here nor there. So I will be reading Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I got this from Goodwill for $1. Okay, so that scared the crap out of me. My son's Alexa alarm went off. I don't know why. I didn't like it because it...
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 a.m. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7:30 a.m. or every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday at 9 p.m.
I don't like it.
Castle Witch Alarm, every Monday, Wednesday.
Alexa, shut up! Stressing me out. So, as I was saying, I got this from Goodwill, and I probably need to do like a thrift haul or something because I get so many good books at Goodwills and thrift stores, and I actually have a lot of footage of me shopping at these stores. I just haven't uploaded them. But yeah, I got this from Goodwill for $1.99, and it's literally in like damn near perfect condition. Like the spine has not been broken. Like it's, yeah. So number 10 is Bring It, which, fun fact, one of my very best friends, I actually call him my brother, was on that show. He was one of the coaches that Diana had brought in. But anyways, it was young adult is a prompt, and I will be reading Wings of Ebony by JL. If you guys watched my last video, you know I have a goal of reading 5 fantasy books. I feel like I read a couple of them in January. At least, actually, I know I did. One of them was, what was that book called? All the Crooked Saints. Didn't enjoy it. Nope, didn't enjoy it. So I'm going to attempt to read this. I already started it, but I started it in January. Excuse me. But I started it in January and like, yeah. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I truly liked what I read so far. However, I just started listening to a bunch of audiobooks. So again, I will, yeah, this is what I'm going to try to read for young adult. Number 11 is Proud Family, illustrated cover. And for that, I'm going to be reading Why We Fly by Kimberly Jones and Gilly Segal. And okay, so here's the thing. Cheerleading is like my life. Like, Yes. And I really wanted to read this because I wanted to see kind of how cheesy it would be, but there is a good message behind it. And it's just about solidarity and standing together and, you know, because the cheerleaders take a knee and then some of them like it, some of them don't type situation. So yeah. And then for number 12, Empire features music. I'm going to be reading Dead Dead Girls. And the reason why I believe this has music in it is because it reads on the back, she spends her days working at Maggie's Cafe and her nights at the Zodiac, Harlem's hottest speakeasy. I'm assuming speakeasy is old slang for club. Looks like she's at a booth to me. Yep. So, music, Harlem, Renaissance, music. Number 13, Fresh Prince, my all-time favorite show. Period, point blank. I said in Living Color was one of my favorite shows, but Fresh Prince is my favorite show. Okay, no, one of my favorite. No, Fresh Prince is my favorite show. Yep. Yeah. And this is family oriented, and for that, I'm going to be reading James Baldwin, If Beale Street Could Talk. And I feel like, actually, I know this has a lot of trauma in it, but it says that their family set out to clear his name, and as they face an uncertain future, the young lovers experience a kaleidoscope of emotions, affection, despair, and hope. So the families are working together. So this is family oriented, and I got this at Goodwill for $1.99. 14 is Power, which is features a villain. And for this, I'm going to be reading The Perfect Ruin by Shanora Williams. And I'm starting to remember what this is about. It's like a family. It's like a girl. Okay. A girl has like family trauma, right? And she figures out who's behind that family trauma, and she befriends that person and then tries to make her life a living hell by destroying their marriage. Yeah. Yep. It all just came back to me. It's something like that. And I feel like there's going to be a plot twist of who the true villain is. So, yes. Yep. Villains. Messy. Can't wait to read it. 15 is A Different World, which is an ensemble cast. And for that, I'm going to be reading Yinka, Where's Your Husband? And this I will be reading on my Kindle. And I feel like there's just a lot of characters in this because it has to deal with a woman who's in her 30s, I want to say, like late 20s, early 30s, hasn't been married yet. She goes to a wedding and the sisters are like, so when is it your turn? And the mom is, Yinka, where's your husband? So there's a lot going on, and I feel like they are Nigerian, I believe, or are they from Ghana? I don't remember. I feel like there's going to be a variety of different personalities and characters with this book. And number 16, and the last prompt is Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the prompt is set in a big city, and I will be reading The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This is a fantasy novel, and the city is like New York-ish, New York based. Yeah. And again, I don't really know much about fantasy, but I'm trying, you guys, because I think that's probably what put me in a reading slump to begin with, because I was just reading thriller after thriller after thriller after thriller. And then it got to the point where they all just got like discombobulated in my head. I didn't know which one was which. So I'm trying to diversify my reading genres. Yeah. So The City We Became, and I got this. I went to a bookstore in San Jose. I think it's called Recycled Books, and they have 2 of them, and it's supposed to be like a well-known used bookstore. So I got this. I think I paid like $9 for it. Something like that. Yeah, I think I paid like $9.99 for it. So that is it. That's my February TBR, and we will see how well I do with this. We're gonna see how well I do. So anywho, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you guys are participating in either BLACKATHon or for the Culture Readathon, let me know. If you guys have read any of these books, if you guys have any of these on your TBR, if any of these books sound interesting to you, let me know. Let's have a conversation in the comments. So until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh yeah, follow me on all my socials. Okay, bye.